And welcome again. Thank you. I'm Alan Cook, the proud owner of the newest painting out there done by Leonardo Da Vinci. That is this particular painting right here I'm shaking, and it so happens to be the older Mona Lisa. Now, for those who know what pixels are and what flip books are, then excuse me for trying to educate those. A pixel is what on a TV would be like a billion little dots, and each dot will put out the proper color or tone. And a flip book is like before movies ever started. It's each page would be like of Mona looking this way, and then the next page should be slightly looking this way and this way and this way and this way. Each time you flip the book, her eyes would float all the way across, and that's how they used to make movies back then, out of a book. I'm sorry if I don't educate you there good enough, but I want to show you that the image that is in the Mona approximately right here is the signature of Leonardo da Vinci, and the signature that is identical to what's in the Mona is approximately right here. Both images are unable to be seen by the human eye. So this is what you end up with, is a large image blown up, and it gets a little blurry obviously, but it's actually an L, and this is a person hanging sideways like climbing a pole, and then it spells out Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre. And he does it so fine. I don't have the answer how he had the ability to do something so small, because hairs are you can see, and these you can't even see. It's smaller than, you can't see. So what's also is that I've seen this symbol right side up, and it's kind of like a wrench, and I don't know what the meaning is, but I think it has to do with strength and power. But this is also one of his symbols that he puts in here, and it's a triangle man, real strong. You can see the round head, and he's holding a staff, and it's and then like this would be a person laying down, and what he does on each letter, there's other characters in here, and within the item he puts his writing in his diary right inside his signature. You can see this round piece here, but in general, if I don't point that out, or this one, and there's an eye, a nose, and a mouth, and there's face, cartoonish. But they're actually portraits that turn into cartoons, and cartoons turn into portraits, and it goes on and on. Now, each little light blue to darker blue to each one that shadows like the clouds are images that build the other image, and then each image, when it keeps getting built, builds this big image. And this big image gives this arm. Now there's already, I can tell you, there's probably about, just this little triangle right here that's building the shoulder of this person with the eye and the hat. There's probably 400 images minimum in there. And that's not even probably counting when you turn it 1 degree. If you follow my 500 plus YouTubes, which is getting closer to 6 now, you will see how, or buy my book, the Passion of Love, whatever. The YouTubes are good enough. I decided I wanted the world, regardless of the book or the prophets, I wanted the world to know about this. But you can see how this little guy image is just one little portion, which is thousands of little art that build the part of his eye of the hat, and then you got this side, and so it goes endless. just in this, I would probably say there's 1 million images, because each one that turns is a degree, and each layer that we go into or pull colors, you will see another image. I've gone way beyond what I needed to do, so I need to cut this a little short. So this image is in the Mona. So let me put this to the side, and let me put the MiDion. Now we're talking images that don't shoot me just because they're so small and I found them, okay? So in the Mona, this is the image in which comes out to be the signature. And you can see the man's face. And out of that man's face, this is another hidden part that's in the MiDion. And it's hidden in the dark, but it's also hidden in the light. But the dark, even though it's the hardest, I just know it's there because you can see the face. And I'm just going to do it regardless if you see it or not. But that's where it would fit. And this image in here is where the buckle of the shoe is. Now I know you're taking me for my word on that one, but it's the truth. I don't know if it highlights to show though there. It does a little bit there. You can see a little bit of the outlines. Some of the outlines change in the color, and how the color of the wood, how it splits, changes. And it's anyway, the writing on it actually goes like this and zigzags across and up. Now I'll have a better example for you on the next little view real quick, because I know that's a real poor view. But this image here is again but changed into a different color for it to be highlighted, and this is the smaller version. But when you overlay this over the image, you can see how the lines fit and how it goes with the triangle. Watch. You see this triangle right here? You see how that fits perfectly in the head? And how come if I shift it, it's in that head? And how come this rod here, if I shift it, it's in this rod? And then when I shift it, it's in this rod? Because he's constantly writing his name. He is an addicted, constant copy machine. And he overlays it like a flip book. He's making a movie. So he will have his signature move across there. That's a perfect fit. Well, if I moved it up one notch, it's even better in a sense for our viewing. You can see how the circle, I can actually even move it up, excuse me, one extra notch. And you can see how it actually fits in the circles. So, but it moves the triangle. So there's either two factors that are here. One, well, I just answered it before I even had to. You can see the triangle running through, and you can see the triangle running through. So when you want this triangle and you shift it, you have to make this a little bit larger. And when you make it a little bit larger to fit this, then you might have to shrink it down one for this by one notch, or move it up and down, because his artwork is not going to go across like a conveyor belt. He's going to give it movement. You know what I mean? Like you walking up and down the street, you don't glide like Michael Jackson the moonwalk. You actually have shifting and movement of your body and expression. And that's what he even did. He expressed everything of his. And anybody that ever said that Leonardo da Vinci did one item to mean one item, it is not so. One item is not one, and then two items is not two, or 1 plus 2 is 3. It is probably 3 million images. and 3 million meanings. The man was a super genius. All these other pieces that are floating through here, look at that. I just noticed, you notice right across here, he's got writing I need to examine. Look at it. It looks like BYOL. You can't see that in my view until you see it in the camera. So there's some pretty heavy duty stuff. So what I'm trying to say is, Leonardo da Vinci's signature is in my painting. My painting has my signature of Leonardo da Vinci in MiDion. Leonardo da Vinci loved the Mona Lisa so much that he was obsessed and painted her from the moment that he picked up a brush and until the day he died. He was always painting because he always had her to be a stylist of him and his lovers, and he found many models like your girlfriend. How many people have known about their girlfriend or boyfriend, and if you really close your eyes and think about it, they resemble the past or the one you loved or someone that you knew that you had some kind of connection of some sort. Okay, if you add them, you can say, well, that one has so and so's redhead, and then this one has so and so's brunette, and this one has the blonde, and this one walks like a nice whatever, and this one glides like so and so, and this one, boom, and then you meet the other one, and says, boy, she's a redhead, brunette, and a blonde, and also even got the green and the purple dashes around the ears, and she walks and moves like all three of my exes, and man, I love her, or vice versa, I love him. Okay, so that's what he did. He did a stylist, and the stylist is of the interpretation of the individual that is painting and what his meanings are in layers. And I'd be getting into some of the others when I can afford it in the future, but they have this measurement that is a funnel. There's many meanings of the funnel, not of this particular, but of the funnel. And what we're trying to talk about, the funnel so happens to be of Leonardo da Vinci's measurements, his layers, his depth, his shadow, his builds, and his hidden innuendos. And almost every single thing in which he put in that Mona Lisa and all his artwork is innuendos. And what's in my painting is his entire life now. You cannot beat my painting. It's a duet. You can. It's like losing every single movement of your diary. I mean, your life history is in my painting. There's that much information in my painting. There's over 7 years in this painting. There's over $500,000 of labor in this painting. I've done all the work. I spent all my money onto this thing, and I am blessed I own it. I've got to figure a way to get some more income going. But, you know, God has been good to me. So with all that, please stay safe. Please stay inside. And see, if you take a look, see this face right here? It has a nose and an eye. Okay? It's got to face this way. Eye, nose. Aiming that way. But if you actually look, there's an eye, nose looking this way. And if you actually look, there's another head on top. Eye, nose looking this way. And if you actually look again, there's one going this way. And it continues. One looking down. One there's Leonardo da Vinci's works can look 360 degrees up, down, and all around. And he's blown me away on his abilities. I would love to meet the man when I pass. I would love to meet him. I'm going to really say, wow, you put me to work. So, again, God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. And please, subscribe. Thumbs up. It will help me financially. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube. I did. Amen.